FC Barcelona's sporting department has accelerated plans to identify a long-term successor to veteran striker Robert Lewandowski, whose contract expires at the end of the current season. Among the shortlisted profiles, Levante's 22-year-old forward Etta Eyong has emerged as one of the most closely monitored targets, with sources indicating the player is eager to finalize his next move by the January transfer window. Eyong, who began the campaign at Villarreal before joining Levante, has delivered an impressive return, 6 goals and 3 assists across 10 La Liga appearances. His blend of pace, strength, and positional intelligence has not only earned him a first senior call-up for Cameroon, but also sparked interest from several European heavyweights, including Real Madrid, Manchester City, Manchester United, and Arsenal. Barcelona scouts view Eyong as a cost-efficient, high-upside investment at a time when the club continues to operate under strict financial fair play restrictions. His $30 million release clause for Spanish clubs, rising to $40 million for Premier League sides, makes him one of the more attainable young forwards in the market, particularly when benchmarked against players like Julian Alvarez, whose valuation exceeds $140 million. Sources close to the player say Eyong prefers to have his next destination decided by January, though his transfer would likely involve a loan-back arrangement to Levante until June due to FIFA's 2-club rule. Barcelona attempted to move for the striker last summer, but were blocked by spending limits. An expected return to La Liga's 1-1 financial rule in January could reopen that opportunity. Eyong's admiration for the Catalan club runs deep. At 17, he publicly wore a Barcelona shirt during a youth tournament and has long cited the Blaugrana's style of play as his ideal system. Coincidentally, the striker has also scored in each of his last 2 appearances against Real Madrid Castilla, a detail not lost on the Barça recruitment team. For Barcelona, the pursuit of Eyong underscores a broader market trend, the shift toward affordable, high-ceiling talent amid tightening fiscal environments. With Lewandowski turning 37 and no clear heir in place, securing a young, market-efficient striker could prove decisive in shaping the club's next competitive cycle. Here's the analyst take. Eyong represents the kind of transitional asset Barcelona needs, affordable today, scalable tomorrow. His profile fits the club's historical DNA, and his commercial upside could offset the short-term financial strain. FC Barcelona have rekindled their long-standing interest in Victor Osimhen, but the Nigerian striker's price tag and long-term contract with Galatasaray have made any potential transfer virtually prohibitive under current financial conditions. Osimhen, 26, joined the Turkish champions this summer from Napoli in a deal worth €75 million, signing a contract through 2029. His market value now places him in challenging situation for a cash-restricted Barcelona side seeking a post-Lewandowski era without jeopardizing its fragile fiscal recovery. The Catalan club's need for long-term number 9 is no secret. Lewandowski, now 37, has 1 year left on his deal, and while he expressed his intention to remain at the club through his agent Pini Zahavi, his continuity remains uncertain. Barcelona's sporting director Deco has slowed talks both on Lewandowski's renewal and on major attacking signings. Signing an elite forward is an investment that must be fully justified by both sporting performance and commercial return, a senior Barça source said privately. At the moment, the club's resources are better focused on stabilizing the wage structure and infrastructure projects. Despite injury interruptions, Osimhen's on-field performance continues to validate his reputation as one of Europe's most complete forwards. In the current campaign, he has scored 6 goals across 9 appearances for Galatasaray, including strikes against Liverpool and Bodo Glimt in European competition. The striker missed several domestic fixtures due to an ankle sprain and minor physical setbacks, but remains central to manager Okan Buruk's system. His blend of acceleration, aerial strength, and positional intelligence has solidified his role as Galatasaray's marquee asset and made him virtually unsellable without extraordinary circumstances. Under Galatasaray's current valuation, Osimhen's total cost to Barcelona, including amortization, wages, and taxes, would exceed $110 to $120 million. By contrast, Barca's 2025-26 transfer budget remains constrained by La Liga's squad cost ratio, which limits the club to a 1.1 spending rule only if it can meet revenue targets by January. Barcelona's front office has historically relied on leveraging player intent to negotiate down inflated fees. But in Osimhen's case, such leverage is minimal given his new contract. The Blaugrana scouting department continues to track Osimhen alongside more cost-efficient profiles, such as Etta Eyong, Levante, and several emerging forwards in France and South America. The long-term objective, insiders say, is to secure a financially sustainable striker rather than replicate the high-cost model of recent years. As one football finance analyst in Madrid put it, Osimhen is a world-class forward, but for Barcelona he's a luxury in an era that demands austerity. Unless the player forces an exit or a creative loan structure is negotiated, this deal remains purely aspirational. Barcelona were met with unpleasant news yesterday. Pedri's injury. It's a heavy blow, considering he's one of Hansi Flick's most vital and undisputed starters. Living without his midfield compass in such turbulent waters will give the German coach a major headache. No one else in his squad has the composure, calm, and vision with the ball that the Canary Islander brings. As if Flick didn't already have enough leaks to patch, he'll now have to steer the ship without the best midfielder in the world. To make matters worse, Pedri will miss tough fixtures against Athletic Club and Chelsea. If he's able to return for the Atletico Madrid match in early December, it would be a blessing. This absence forces Flick even more to evolve a Barca side that has lost its bite in pressing since Rafinha's injury, is struggling with its offside line, and has conceded goals in 7 straight matches. The positive news is that Dani Olmo, another highly gifted player on the ball, will return soon. And he should help make the team more dangerous in attack and more composed when it's time to slow the rhythm. Frenkie de Jong and Casado must now step up, and it's finally time to give Bernal some minutes after his 14-month injury layoff. With serious injuries to young players, patience is essential. But they also can't be left to rust. And while Flick reflects on his options, he might consider adjusting Lamine Yamal's position. The number 10 hasn't been as electric on the wing lately, but his touch remains intact, as seen in his pass to Koundé at the end of the Clásico. Until he recovers his spark, perhaps it would be wise to position him more centrally, where his silken left foot could have a clearer path to goal. As Flick examines the reasons behind so many injuries, he must also work on restoring the finishing, hunger, and intensity that once made Barca the most exciting team in Europe. Either that, or he'll need to adjust the style of play until his key players, the ones who executed his system perfectly, are back. What's certain is this: 5 points behind Real Madrid, further setbacks in La Liga would be a serious blow. It's time to react, and do it without Pedri. At least Lewandowski is back, a player some may have been too quick to write off, despite scoring 42 goals last season.